Hi guys, welcome back. Eric's UK here. First off, big thumbs up to Tim, Samurai7RPG, for dragging me back to YouTube, although a little late for when he first tried. It's been a good while since I last did a video, and I'll try and get another video up soon to sort of like explain why and sort of like get the conversation flowing again. But this particular video is about something different. Recently, Paizo announced the playtest for Pathfinder 2nd edition, and quite frankly, I couldn't care less. In fact, I'm not even going to touch it with a barge pole. I've seen some of what they've talked about, and I've seen or heard the. I think it was. I'm trying to remember what the scenario was. They basically did a playtest, run through of one of the early Pathfinder scenarios, Crypt of the Everflame, using the new system. And quite frankly, I am horrified at how simple they've made it. So the things I'm sort of touching it, I don't. It's one of these topics that's divided the Pathfinder community, it seems. You've got people who are all over the idea of a new edition, and you've got people like me who are like, well, hang on, we've not finished with this one yet. Plus, you promised initially you wouldn't do a 2nd edition. And yes, they did promise that. The thing is this. Paizo is a company. They are out to make money. At some point, I guess, a 2nd edition was inevitable. But you don't do what they've done now. They are completely changing the game system. It's not even going to. It doesn't even resemble Pathfinder. And you've got to remember. In fact, I'm just going to tell you, it resembles D&D 5th. Okay, in passing, it's a much more simplified system. You're going to lose a lot of the crunch and you lose a lot of the fluff. But the point of this was the reason that Paizo bought and started Pathfinder, bought D20 system, I should say, was because people wanted to play the D20 system. They didn't want 4th edition. 4th edition was shit. And, you know, no offence if you like it, but it was. It was awful. It wasn't D&D. Pathfinder carries on that spiritual tradition of what is D&D. They've obviously seen that D&D 5th is doing well, which is good. You know, I may not like the system. I quite loathe it, to be honest. But if it exists and it's bringing players in and it's getting people playing, who am I to wibble? But you don't do that for Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a game that people wanted to play for its complexity. That's why it's lasted 10 years. Does it need a new edition? There's arguments to be said that after 10 years, maybe so. But you don't do an entirely new edition. What you do is you get all that FAQ, all that errata, and you put it into the next printing of the book. You don't just leave it as a PDF download. You jiggery-pokery things. You fix the one thing that still needs fixing, which is grapple. The grappling rules in Pathfinder are quite frankly awful. You need a PhD and a flowchart to work out what the hell you're doing. You fix that, you put the FAQs and the erratas in, and bish bash bosh, you've done. There's still plenty of things to be done with it. And for that reason, I'm a little bit piddled off at Paizo. You know, I'm not one of these people who's going to storm off and go, well, I hope your company fails. Rah. I'm like, you know, power on you, good to you, you know, I hope it works for you, but you've lost my money. And you've probably lost the money of thousands of other players who are quite, you know, it's saving me money because I'm not going to buy any more books. I can just track down the ones that I've missed over the last, 3 years, which I've started doing, and done. I will quite happily continue to play Pathfinder 1st edition for the foreseeable future. I know that's probably going to hurt me in the long run at some point, and I'm accepting of that because I know some of the guys are interested in it that I play with. But you've got to go with what you like, and what you don't like, you've got to cast aside. So really, that's just what this little stream of consciousness video is about. Just to, try and get back on the horse, try and get some videos doing, get back into the scheme of things, and see where it goes. But I'd like to know your take about not just like Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but editions in general. Do you really need new editions? Why not just, as I said, put all the erratas and stuff in every 3 or 4 years, release the rulebook again? I mean, at the end of the day, people's rulebooks tend to fall apart within that time, don't they? Let's be honest, the spines go, pages fall out, blah. People probably buy a new edition, new copy rather. Why do we need to keep redoing editions? Why do we need to keep doing this stuff? I mean, I know there are reasons. Probably too many to go into just talking here, but I'd like your thoughts on editions, because I know it's one of the things that really bugs me. Anyway, thank you for listening to this random jibber jabber, and I look forward to hearing your replies. Take care and see you next time. Happy gaming.